roomies?
Share housing. It's a food labelling, chore rotating, passive-aggressive, note-leaving rite of passage.
He's the clean one, I'm the messy one. How much fun is this?
But in the face of a worsening rental crisis,
we need more people on average to live in each dwelling.
Many of us have no option but to sublet with a stranger.
Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, and it's just not flushed. I've had some now like leave their dishes out until there's like fruit flies and whatnot. We could do a bit of bedroom antics going on, and it was tragic.
It's an unnecessary evil at the moment. People wanting to share houses together. It's not probably what they would normally go out there and want to do. We're seeing rent rises go up by a couple $100 a week per an apartment. And it's just not sustainable.
Australia's biggest flatmate finding website has just had its busiest month on record, with nearly 70,000 new members last month, a 100% increase on last year's figures. The competition is so tight that in some Brisbane suburbs, 120 people are competing to rent just one available room. In Sydney, 133 people on the hunt with 0 rooms available.
Traffic really started to pick up in October and has really not died down. Due to the current rental crisis and the cost of living crisis, we don't expect this demand to decrease anytime soon.
And with rents at an all-time high, some subletters are trying to squeeze in an abundance of bunkies to counter the cost.
In the major capitals across Australia, it's become dire. A 2-bedroom apartment would normally just have a couple there, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend. All of a sudden now there's a third person purely to make ends meet.
As a whole new type of tenant desperately seeks a share house.
Our older demographic of 45 to 65 has actually increased 10% in the past year. Single parents especially are a cohort of our community who are looking to share accommodation. On top of this, we are seeing older sharers, even 75 years plus.
So is share housing the solution? Or does the thought of labelling your laundry detergent send you screaming back to the lease listings?
I'm going solo, actually.
Everybody's annoying anyway, even wife and husbands.
We just need thicker walls in the room, just all we need.
I'm actually considering moving in with 2 72-year-olds if the rent prices keep going up. They are my parents, but yeah, they're pretty good housemates.
So years ago when I was in a share house, we had a spare room and a friend of a friend moved into the spare room for a brief period before she moved overseas, and she was German. I think she was going back home. And when she left, our breakfast bowls all disappeared.
Oh. She stole your breakfast bowls.
Well, we were like, why would anyone steal our cheap
cereal bowls?
Were they cheap? You're Hamish McDonald. Are they golden cereal bowls?
And then, like months later, my mum was coming to stay, and I went in to make the bed in the spare room. And as I was tucking the sheets in, I leant down and I was like, that's weird. That looks like one of the breakfast bowls. No. And I looked under the bed and there was all of our breakfast bowls. I thought, that's strange. And I pulled them out one by one, and in each of the breakfast bowls was a small puddle of water and a G-string.
Anywhere where I thought it was going to go. I thought you were going to say it was porridge or something, or old cereal.
They'd been used for soaking underwear.
Goodness.
Wow. I think
breakfast of champions, you could say.
I can't process that.
So,
for a split second, I thought she was eating underwear.
Just behave if you move back into your mum and dad's.
And now Hamish eats toast, so there we go.